Portal RTX has been released as a DLC as
Hell no, man. What the fuck?
Released as a DLC of Portal by Nvidia. By Nvidia alongside the new 40 series graphics card. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be something on here. To show off the capabilities of ray tracing. Wait, where'd the neurotoxin just go? Show off the capabilities of ray tracing and DLSS 3. And the game just crashed. I played through Portal RTX and wanted to give my thoughts and opinions as someone who speedruns the original game.
Easy.
And the game was a little wonky. Portal RTX is just a reskinning of Portal 1, so to be fair, some of these glitches are just hangovers from the vanilla game. This glitch is referred to by the speedrunning community as item save glitch, but the weird thing is, it's not common, like at all, and has never actually happened to me at random like this in all the years I've been playing the game. But it happened to me in my one playthrough of Portal RTX. Very weird indeed. And it got stranger when I checked up on the speedrunning Discord to find another report of someone getting item save glitch in Chamber 16 within the first day of Portal RTX being out. I'm not sure what to think about this. I'll leave it for you to decide. There were a few other weird hiccups, like my portals being filled in until I restarted the game. Here the neurotoxin just disappeared when I went through the portal, and the game did crash quite a few times. But remember, Portal is a hella broken game in the first place. But glitches and game crashes aside, the playthrough was fairly smooth. With DLSS on, I had over 64 frames a second, and when I put DLSS into performance mode, I got over 80. When turned off entirely, it went down to 30. Bear in mind, I did play the game on a 3080, so not one of the new GPUs, but a pretty damn good card nonetheless. But since the DLC was made for its new aesthetics, then let's talk about it. These are the things I did not like. My main gripe with the lighting was there was just too much. And by that, I mean reflections and ambient light around the place. This hurts my eyes. Portal RTX was made to show off ray tracing, and I think the developers just got a bit carried away. It's like when you first learn Photoshop and you boost your saturation on every image, instead of just turning it up a little bit for a subtle effect. For me, what's so good about ray tracing is we can create naturalistic lighting in a game, but with it ramped up like this, it just doesn't feel real, and misses the point for me. Something I instantly wasn't sure about were the portalable walls. In the 2007 version, the walls are grayed out and mucky. They, alongside the rest of the game design, give this uneasy sense whilst going through the chambers. It makes you wonder how long this facility has been here, and how many other people have had to do these puzzles before you. It's hard to put your finger on, but the first playthrough is uncanny. And this, at least for me, was a large appeal about the game. But in Portal RTX, I just don't get the same feeling. Okay, now I'm not someone who thinks that remasters need to follow strictly to the original. What's nice about a remaster is you have a new experience, and Portal RTX definitely gives you one. It feels more moody and atmospheric rather than strange and unsettling. And there were parts of the game that definitely blew me away. But I realized why these walls weren't doing it for me. Their design, I felt, wasn't fully to aid the player's experience, but again, to show off the ray tracing. The brighter walls, plus these little divots, were there so you could see the ray tracing doing its work. Though this is kind of cool. So is that all I've got against Portal RTX? Too many reflections and the walls, plus a few glitches here and there? Well, there were a few other smaller things. DLSS didn't seem to be able to render these pipes very well. I didn't think your shadow always looked like a shadow does, and I thought the goo didn't look that great. But you know, the point of this video isn't just to on the game. It seems like that's what others are liking to do, and whenever a big corporation creates something, it's often quite fun. But I ain't no hater, so let's talk about what looks good. First off, a simple one with the objects in the game. Turrets, buttons, cameras, the incinerators, and all the cores looked super good in my opinion. They all stuck faithfully to the original shapes, but had much increased detail, and the way the light reflected off of them was just beautiful. And on reflections, whenever there was glass and you could see high quality ones, they gave this sense of being a part of the world. This is the power of ray tracing. It was towards the end of the game that there were scenes that were just stunning. There was a new ambience that often made me want to just stop and take it in for a while. Areas of the game that were before somewhat boring were now quite picturesque. And take a look at this ride through the glass tube. Whoa. I thought it looked like something straight out of a Stanley Kubrick sci-fi film. Whilst I think there are some valid criticisms of the game, what it has going for it are moments that quite simply look really good. And Portal RTX is just the first, well, officially second, of a new way of lighting games. And whereas before I didn't think I really cared about ray tracing, I've found I somewhat do, and now look forward to what else and what other games can get these sorts of makeovers, as well as entirely new games made from scratch. RTX cake. Does look tastier. I would eat this one, and I would not eat the cake in the original.